Okay, we're on lesson 30. Yes, it's lesson 30 today, not 31. And you guys, I recorded zeros for both of you yesterday because neither one of you turned in the investigation. So this is lesson 31 and it's on least common multiples. So to find the least common multiple, we have to find multiples of each one of the numbers. So to find multiples, you start by multiplying each number by 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6 is 18, and that's probably enough. Now we go back and do the same thing for 4. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. And I didn't really need to do that many of them because once we find a number that's common to both this list and this list, that is the least common multiple. So 12 is in this list and it's in this list. And it's the smallest number that's in both lists, so that is the LCM. Okay, so you're going to list multiples of each number, and then you'll go back and see which one is the smallest one. So now they want us to find the least common multiple for 2 and 4. Okay, so we do the same thing. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8. Now we'll go back for 4. 4 times 1 is 4. I really don't need to go any farther because 4 is in this list and it's in this list. So that is the least common multiple. Yes, it's the same as one of the numbers, but because 2 goes into 4, 4 is the least common multiple. So it's okay if your least common multiple is one of the original numbers. It doesn't have to be different from that. All right, now the next topic for today is reciprocals. Okay, so if I have 1/2 and I want the reciprocal of it, I simply flip it upside down, so the reciprocal is 2 over 1. The reciprocal of 2/3 would be, right, 3 over 2. Now what about if I have a whole number? What if the number was 3 and I wanted you to write the reciprocal of it? Well, the first thing you have to do is write it as a fraction. And remember, we can make any number into a fraction by putting it over 1. So the reciprocal of 3 over 1 is 1 over 3. All right, so the first example for this is example 3, and it's on the next page, on page 156. It says, how many 2/3 are there in 1? All right, well, that's like dividing 1 by 2/3. And when we divide fractions, we just multiply by the reciprocal. So when it says how many 2/3 are in 1, it's simply going to be the reciprocal, which is 3/2. So there are 3/2, 2/3 in 1. That sounds crazy, but that's what they're asking for. Okay, the next one says, what number goes in the box? 5, 6 times something is equal to 1. Well, if you multiply any number by its reciprocal, it's going to be equal to 1. So just for example, this 3/2, if we multiply it times its reciprocal, the 3's cancel, the 2's cancel, you get 1. So any number times its reciprocal is equal to 1. So what we're looking for right here is the reciprocal of 5/6. So what's the reciprocal of 5/6? 6/5. Okay, then the last one is, what is the reciprocal of 5? I kind of already taught you that. So first of all, we make it into a fraction by putting it over 1, and then flip it for the reciprocal. So the reciprocal becomes 1/5. Okay, so let's see. The practice down at the bottom of the page, letter L, it says how many 2/5 are there in one? So how many 2/5? You just write the reciprocal. So the reciprocal, that would be 5/2. And for letter M, how many 5/12 are in one? So again, it's just the reciprocal. So that would be 12/5. All right. Okay, you guys, that's that lesson. Have a wonderful day and a great weekend.